Good morning and welcome to another episode of Nigeria Now here on TOS Television Network, your digital first Pan-African news network. By now you already know that what we'll be doing on the show is bring you analysis of front page headlines of Nigerian dailies. So just going to be looking at headlines, catchy headlines across Nigerian dailies this morning, and just, be analyzing that with my guest here in the studio. My name is ASUU, and I have Adebayo Fajemi to help me, analyze the papers. I don't know why I'm smiling, but good morning. It's good to have you.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. So let's just get straight into it. I'm going to start with the very first headline on the Daily Independent newspaper. And it says, I'm surprised ASUU is on strike. That's coming from Education Minister. University student protest, barricade Benin Road. Ngige berates Nance for protesting at his ministry. What's your reaction to this statement by the Education Minister?
It is not something. It is not accepted, and it is very ridiculous. So why would you say you are surprised? So this is not. It is a recurrent issue, in Nigeria, and this is an issue that has been on the table for a long time. So now, him telling us now that he is surprised, well, I don't know. They said they are working on the memorandum that the two parties signed, but the federal government has not told us what parts of the agreement they are working on, the one they have worked on. So when you are owing people salaries, and we have said this several times, that this is a critical sector that shapes and determines the future of every Nigerian, except you don't want to go to school. And there is no way you can experience development without quality education. So now, you see these people, wallowing, in abject poverty, not being properly taken care of. And then you see people that do not have the requisite, the requisite skill not to even be the leader, embezzling billions, living fine and all of that. So why wouldn't it, react? So him telling us now that this is a surprise is no, and it's not accepted at all. So it should just talk of something else. So it is not accepted at all.
There's something similar on the Punch newspaper. It says ASUU fumes as federal government declares strike illegal. Do you think that the federal government is basically just berating the demands and of lecturers at this point? Do you think they're not even taking them seriously at this point?
Yes, I would say that, because when you look at, if you have studied Nigeria, so at a stage like this, it's like we usually suspend governance when election is approaching. So what politicians usually focus more on is how to come back to power. And you can see that all over the places. They pay little attention to governance and pay more attention on politics and how to return back, how to return to power. And that is quite, displeasing. It is very bad. And I think they need to experience paradigm shift, because if you are berating them, so are you telling them that they are not entitled to what they are fighting for, or it is illegal for them to strike when you are holding them their right? It is uncalled for.
Okay. All right. Moving away from that, still on the Punch newspaper, it's on the fuel scarcity in Nigeria that has lingered on for quite too long now, actually. It says, stations run out of petrol, scarcity paralyzes states, queues persist in Lagos, Abuja, others, transport fares skyrocket, small businesses grounded, labor threatens strike, PDP flees silver. And on the Daily Independent, says we've filed liquidated damages against importers, and that's from NNPC. Assures 4 queues will vanish in few days, will handle airing PMS suppliers, reps vow marketers to operate for 24 hours every day. Now, the fuel scarcity has actually affected a lot of things. Transport fares skyrocketed, but here it says small business is grounded, and then labor is threatening to go on strike. Do you think that the labor union should be looking at that at this point?
Yes, because everybody is affected in this case. There is no, you hardly see a sector that will not be affected, because everything, whether you are transport, you are a trader, you are a civil servant, whatever you are doing, has to do with gas or oil, whatever way. And if anything affects that sector, now that we are experiencing scarcity, you could those who are traders could not move as expected, and they spend times two of what they used to spend before, and everything will just go up, at an alarming fecund rate, and you can we all know the consequence that for instance, somebody who is earning 10,000 naira before, or who is earning 30,000 naira, and is spending 10,000 naira on tea fare every month.
Yeah.
Now you can imagine what that person will be spending now. With the economic situation of Nigeria, it affects everybody, and there is no way economy will not be grounded. And you can, for me, I think if this is not well taken care of, it can degenerate into something else. We have been talking about insecurity. When people are frustrated, and in fact, I can see many people are frustrated, and if you see the rate at which people are fighting on the street, then you ask them, what are they fighting for? Just little things. So the person who do not have the capacity to maintain the situation at the moment can determine to go into anything else just to make ends meet. So I would just encourage Nigerian government to stop telling us that they want to do something or they are doing something. They should let us see what they want to do right now, and the time is now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go over to the Vanguard newspaper, and this is so they're back and forth with the NDLEA and the Nigeria Police over Abakari's issue. Drug cartel working with DCP Kyari, not our officers. NDLEA Act, Kyari faces life jail. I'm highly disappointed with the situation. That's coming from former Inspector General of Police. On the Daily Trust newspaper, it says how top police brass tried to shield Kyari. NDLEA tackles NPF again. IGP meets CJN. PSC dormant fall in discipline in NPF. That's that for the Daily Trust newspaper. What do you think about this back and forth with the NDLEA and the police? The police is saying, look, your officers have to, if he's running a drug cartel, your officers, NDLEA officers have to be working with him because you guys are in charge of that sector. And the NDLEA say, nah, we don't have any officers that will be that dumb, to work with the Abu Kyari and all of this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there is no the issue we're having in that place is the issue of synergy. There is no strong synergy, and when the security agencies are not they are not experiencing synergy, there is no way they can work collaboratively, and if that is missing, there is no way we will not be able to curtail security challenges we are having. So, but most importantly on this Abba Kyari's case, I think in Nigeria we hate justice, and we like to cover corruption. So we don't want to we always want to, maybe I should say, sentiment, or what this guy is our guy. And because what I read on Daily Trust this morning really it was shocking, and I was shocked. Somebody who has been suspended, and how come again that he is still being able to operate in such a way that he indulge in this act. That means that should give us a question of, this guy has been suspended. How come again that he indulged in this? That means he's operating underneath. And one of the reports I read shows that top police officers were working vigorously to ensure that this guy, did not face the wrath of law. So I think the problem we have generally is, we are really sentimental, and as long as we continue in this habit or attitude that no matter how big you are, no matter how influential you are, if you do anything bad, then you should face the music. As long as we continue to indulge in that kind of attitude, we will never experience the desired progress.
All right, that's it for today's episode of Nigeria Now. Thank you so much for joining me on the show, Sadibayo.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And then thank you for staying with me up until this time on Nigeria Now. Do not forget to join me again tomorrow, same time, same station. But before then, follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. It's TOS TV Network. And also stream on our website on www.tostvnetwork.com. My name is ASUU. Thank you, and I'll see you again tomorrow.